Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about some of the differences between bi guys and bi girls, and why bi guys got the short end of the stick. So if you want to hear about that, keep on watching. First, I want to give a shout out to my very much appreciated Patreon members. Thank you guys for all of your support over there. I hope you're enjoying my content. And if you want to get to know me on a deeper level, definitely check out my Patreon, guys. There's weekly updates, and it's a great way to connect with me on a more intimate level. So if you guys don't know about me, I do consider myself bi, but when I'm meeting somebody new and they ask me, like, are you into guys? Are you into girls? I usually just tell them I'm into guys because it avoids an awkward conversation, and I don't have to then explain why I'm bi and why I like both genders, and it just saves time and it saves headache. So I usually just tell people that I'm into guys. And that's not the truth. I am into girls too, but I'm a little bit intimidated by the idea of meeting a girl that's okay with me liking guys as well as liking girls. In my head, when I think about this, I think about how we are as humans and how we think. And we as humans are very competitive, and I try to put myself in the girl's shoes, and I think, of course she's not gonna like if I'm into guys because she feels like she can't compete with that. You know, she can't compete with the masculinity and the testosterone of it all, and that makes total sense to me. But at the same time, it makes me think of something else. Bi guys in general are viewed as only being into guys, and that is because of what society has told us since we grew up. Now, growing up, in middle school especially, I had tons of girlfriends, and girlfriends meaning female friends. And they would constantly tell me, you know, I'm dating Angelica or I'm dating Susie, and it would just be normal. Like, nobody would make fun of them, nobody would even give them a second look. And yeah, they would be kissing in middle school and hugging and holding hands and all that. All the while, I'm experiencing the same feelings, but for guys, and I knew deep down, even from that age, that I had to keep it a secret if I didn't want to be judged or made fun of or lose any friends. And that's something that has stuck with me all these years. It's kind of painful to think about, but it's just the truth of the society that we live in. So I have a pretty close relationship with my hairstylist. I've been going to see her for the past 3 years now, and she knows just about everything about me, and I know a good bit about her as well. So when I go and see her, I usually just talk about the stresses in my life and what I'm dealing with, and I brought this topic up to her. And I said, you know, would you ever date a guy that has a past with other guys or is open to you about his attraction to some other men? And she was kind of like, no, I wouldn't. I could not do that, and I do have a lot of respect for other girls that could do that, but when she said that, it really just clarified what I already knew. Most girls do not want another guy that has been openly with other guys or is just open about the fact that he is into other guys or attracted to other guys. And that's something I struggle to understand. Most bi men who know they're into other guys but also into girls keep it a secret because of this. They don't want to feel like they don't fit into society. And as humans, we are tribal. You know, we like to have our tribes and our friend groups. And I think the fear of not being involved in the friend group that you want to be involved in holds a lot of these men back from being open with their true inner desires. So I want to bring it back to middle school. I didn't come out in middle school because I knew I would immediately be viewed as weird. For one, there was also no other guys that were openly into other guys, so it wasn't like I could ask anybody for advice about this. It was just kind of going off of what feels right and what feels safe for my life at that time. For some reason, it's viewed as normal for girls to experiment with other girls or kiss another girl at a party and all the guys go wild, but as soon as a guy gets caught kissing another guy, who knows what's going to happen to them, you know? And this is starting to sound a little bit hypothetical, but I'm going off of my past experiences and things that I've went through that have brought me to this conclusion. Fear of judgment is definitely what kept me from exploring these desires from an early age. I grew up in a very small town, so I knew that word was going to get around quickly if I told anyone. So I didn't tell a soul. Nobody. Not my mom, not my dog, nobody. Not until I was getting ready to move out of my hometown, senior year. I do sometimes wish that I came out earlier, but at the same time I know that I would have been a huge laughingstock if I came out any earlier than I did. Most guys know this, and this is why they do all of their experimenting behind closed doors. And you see it on TikTok now, like, oh, what your boyfriends tell you they're doing versus what they're really doing, or I caught my boyfriend doing this. And it's like, yeah, because why do you think they feel like they have to do it behind closed doors? Because look how people are treated on social media. Look how the LGBT community is treated on social media. I mean, nobody wants to be treated like that and wants to be the butt of all jokes. Some men are very well at keeping it hidden. For a long time, I was doing pretty well at keeping it hidden, but then I got to the point where these desires started to feel like they were taking over me and I couldn't keep them hidden anymore. Almost like a demon. Almost like it was a demon I was dealing with, and I needed to finally let it out and experiment and give it what it was wanting until I'm at the point where I am now, where it's like, am I tired of guys? Have I done everything there is to do with another guy? I think so. I'm not tired of them, but at the same time, I'm like, I do want to experiment with girls, and I am attracted to girls, and I just fear that they're not attracted to me, and they view me as being automatically feminine or automatically only into guys because of my past. My question is, why does society view bi men in this way? Why do bi men get the short end of the stick? I'm constantly seeing stories of seemingly straight men getting caught in bed with another man by their wives or their girlfriends, and we immediately judge them without looking deeper into the situation. Now, do you think that this man would have done everything in secret and snuck behind his girlfriend or wife's back if he felt like he could comfortably open up about his attraction to other guys? Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Most of these bi men have always known that they're bi. Always. Ever since elementary school. And a lot of them have experimented in those early ages, but they've been able to keep it hidden, keep it secret, and it's not like those feelings just escape us when we grow up. Those things stay with us forever, and they build our attractions and our inner desires to certain things. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to remember, is that some of the things that happen to us as young children are what build us into the humans and adults that we become. And there's no running from any of that. You have to address those things that happen in your childhood and those feelings that you have, or you're going to end up doing things in secret and causing issues later down the line. So again, imagine how many of these seemingly straight men get caught in bed with other men. It makes you wonder, why would this man get in a relationship with a woman if he's attracted to other men? Well, that's a deep question, and let me try to answer that for you. Society is to blame. So if a man were to open up about secretly being attracted to other men or being attracted to the neighbor, it would make that woman feel like she can't do anything about that. She doesn't have an eggplant between her legs. She doesn't have muscles like most men do. So a lot of these women feel like they have to run from the situation rather than addressing why this happened. The main reason that things like this happen is because of experiences that these seemingly straight men have in their childhood, but they never address these. They never address why they would meet in the locker room with their football buddy after practice every day. It's just chalked up as boys being boys. Most men and people in general want to fit into society and the patriarchy, bi men included, myself included. I don't really want to fit in, but I also don't want to be viewed as weird or creepy or like that one single man that's still single after all these years but won't tell anybody why. I don't want to be a story like that. And my heart goes out to the men that are living in the world that feel like they can't tell anybody and feel like they have to continue living this secret. but society is to blame. Most bi men also don't see other men in a romantic way. From the very beginning, I used to long for just love from another guy and just being hugged and kissed and cuddled from another guy. The thought of being cuddled by another girl didn't really excite me. It was just like, oh, like I'm going to be doing all the work anyway, kind of that mindset. But now at this point in my life, the superficial hooking up doesn't mean anything to me. And it's probably because of my past in the adult film industry. I do truly feel like I've gotten everything that there is to get out of being with another guy. Like, I've seen it all, I've done it all. And when I think about being with another girl, I feel like that's just uncharted territory. I have hooked up with 2 girls back in high school, but I barely even remember what that was like. And at the same time, I feel a little bit self-conscious because of my past and being into guys and being open about that, especially after that conversation that I had with my hairstylist. It kind of makes me want to crawl back into my shell, but at the same time, I'm not allowing myself to do that because change starts with one person, and I'm going to be that person. But I want society to know that bi men aren't weird. Being bi is very normal. It's very natural, even among animals. Why do bi men get viewed as being feminine or creepy or just automatically only into guys and saying that they're bi to try to make it seem better? I don't know, but I know that society is to blame. And the way that we're brought up into the world and taught to fit into our place in society, that is what is the root behind all of this. This is what influences bi men to create a family with another woman and then try to fit into society and live a normal life while still having these desires that they never addressed from childhood, which then lead them to do these things in secret, which then leads to them getting caught and us seeing the TikToks and the Facebook articles and the news articles. And I think in general, we as a society need to make a change, and we need to stop treating men as robots, robotic warriors that don't have any emotions or feelings. And I think that it starts with one person, and I'm going to be that person. Some of these men never disclose their inner desires to be with other men because they want to feel normal, and they know deep down that it's not normal in our society. And if they were to disclose this information, they would be lonely and they would probably be kicked out of the relationship, broken up with, and it's just a really sad reality. If any of you men are watching this video that might be in a relationship with a woman, just know that those feelings will never disappear, but there's nothing wrong with you being attracted to other men. It's okay to keep it a secret. I understand why some men keep it a secret. My last question is, what will it take for bi men to be treated in the same way that bi women are treated? What will it take? Do you guys know? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this was kind of a sticky situation to talk about, and I'm probably going to get some mixed opinions on this, but I think discussion is healthy, and this is something I have been wanting to talk about. I just didn't know how to get it started. Overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.